Good morning, gardening friends. This will not be a thumbnail because my pool ladder is in my garden. But I'm coming out here to put in some last minute garlic. I have some garlic coming up and I'll show you that, but this is where I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to have to kind of get the soil mixed up a little and find something good to put in there. I don't think I have any compost ready. There's my in-ground compost. Just a little garden update though. Haven't had a ton of time in the garden, and but it's doing fine. Actually, ones that I thought wouldn't make it are making it, so I knew that though, but they just looked so sad. I might pull these zinnias out and try to bring them inside, and these onions that are multiplying all around here are good. So I'll show you some clips of what, look at this still hanging on. Huge marigold, look at that, that's the center. Just needed some peace, so I knew exactly where to come and have that garlic to put in. The difference between these are store-bought garlic, store-bought cabbage, starts. And the bugs ate those, but left these completely alone. And these are my started inside. There's a cabbage over there. Kohlrabi. I'll give you a closer look too. That's my broccoli. So that's the difference. It's crazy. Starting your own from seed, they just have a better life. You can give them a better start. Look at that. I'm super happy about this. And I eat the greens from the bottom when I come out. Like I would take this one and some of the lower ones like this one. I'll juice that. That's perfectly ready to be juiced. And I think this is a broccoli. And I'm pretty sure these are kale. But the kale looks a lot like the broccoli. But no, this is the broccoli. And when they're young, they all look the same. You can see that that's a cabbage. Starting to curl up. So cool. And then this one, I think this is a cauliflower. Yeah, I'm getting to where I can know the leaves. But I haven't grown these yet. But I did grow cauliflower from the store last year. This is also a cauliflower. Amazing. See, when life is challenging for me, just whatever it is, I come out here and I'm like, wow. And that's why I love to share it, because maybe you don't have that right now in your garden because it's winter, but the effect is the same. Yep. I'm going to plant more anyway because that's not a lot, but we've got some late comers. We've got a potato here. And then some random kale that reseeded itself. I could probably spread that out. That would be good. There's another thing I get to do. Oh, look at these. So we may do okay after all. But I'm going to plant some more. So who gets to decide that this is a weed? Isn't it beautiful? I should probably get it up before it drops all of these seeds in my garden though. because it is a weed. But it's beautiful. And this basil right here. So I read this meme and it said, you know, when you're tired all the time, a lot of that can mean that you're just not doing things that spark joy and make you feel alive. So whenever I'm feeling that way, this is where I come. And no matter what I do out here, I feel better. So this is a privet, and I'll let it go this winter because it stays green. Oh, there's a big grasshopper. But, oh, with a baby grasshopper. And you want to eat my plants, so I'm going to need to relocate you. So what I did was I just bought some grocery store organic, regular garlic, because I grew this same garlic last year and got so much that I'm still eating it, and I planted it. So I wanted it to be organic, but the organic bulbs were just really small, and they're going to be organic in a few years when I grow them. And, you know, so I don't think you need to overthink garlic, and I'll tell you why. Because then you won't do it. Or you can, if you're like a doer, but me, I won't order it. I'll be like, ooh, yeah, I want to do some good garlic, and then I don't order it in time. So if that's you, that's me every year, just go get you some garlic and see what happens. What's the worst that could happen? So, I'm making a mess. So you're supposed to get the biggest bulbs, and those are the ones you want to plant. You can soak them in water overnight, or you can soak them in seaweed water. There's all these things you can do, right? The only thing you need to know, and you can come at me in the comments, but find the biggest ones. That one has a little one on the side of it, but I'm going to plant that anyway. Yeah, so, and plant it with this part down and this part up. And plant it about, that far under, and then keep the weeds at bay by using heavy mulch like I do. Because my friend told me that his grandpa said that you can't grow weeds and garlic. You can grow garlic or you can grow weeds, but you can't grow both. So I listened, and I got good garlic last year. These don't have a lot of big cloves, but I'm finding them. And so I'm going to plant a few more here. But if you overthink it, you might not do it. And that's with everything in the garden. So things want to grow. I didn't have any issues with my garlic being just regular store garlic. It's not like potatoes, because they'll spray potatoes with something to stop them from sprouting, an inoculant. So you don't always want to grow grocery store potatoes. But I think organic is fine because they don't spray them with the stuff to stop the sprouting. That's why they always sprout in your cabinet. And that's why I end up planting those, because I'm like, all of these sprouted, let's plant them. So I'm getting some decent sized bulbs. And I'm going to get the ground ready. Ooh, that one's a little yellowed. It'll be okay. So if you didn't get a chance to soak them, just keep them wet for the first little bit to help them sprout. And if you get heavy snow and stuff, you can mulch over the garlic and it'll come out in the spring. Oh, there's some nice ones in there. So that's really it. And I love garlic. Garlic's good for everything. It makes everything better. Put it on everything. And if you're getting sick, consume it raw, and it'll help you kick that cold. Should consume it raw all the time, but That's some tough stuff. I don't know if I'm that tough. So yeah, I think I've got maybe a good dozen that are decent size in here. Those are all small. And the small ones I can cook with. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to it. Ah! Pretty decent sized ones there. This is so hard. That is not ideal. And since this is so compact, and I feel like the garlic needs some good soil, we're just going to kind of build up to the middle. Even though I don't have anything to add right now. Oh, I see worms. I'm sorry, worms. So, I stopped saying I was a no-dig gardener because I'm more of a no-till gardener because, you know, now and then I gotta dig around. But, for the most part, I try to let the soil rest and not disturb it unless I'm actually about to plant. It seems to work here because I sometimes do need to make these little piles. And this is a new garden. I mean, this was just grass just years ago, so there's still rocks to be gone through. So we're gonna start sticking some garlic in. Base down. I'm putting them about 6 inches apart. I could probably put them closer, but I'll probably stick some onions in between, which is what I like to do when it's time to put the onions in. Yeah, I'm seeing some baby worms, so that's good. Alright, so some close-up. There's the last one. So that gave me a little soil depth, but see, it's still like not very much soil right down below that. So I want to give it some cushion. This is not the best spot. Check out the difference between that and this. That's still going down nice and soft. So different parts of the garden are different. Look how far that goes. Wow, okay. So I'd say I put mine maybe a ½ an inch under. There's a little small worm. So they'll love, I'll mulch over this when I'm done and they will love that. Okay, so I found some more. And the rest I'll just go in and separate from the peel. But I'm going to go ahead and plant these. Take some right between these onions. And I think that this soil is so good that I'll just be able to make a little spot, drop one in. I think that's what I miss most about the garden in the winter, is that I love having something I need to do in the garden And in the winter, there is a time when there's not always something. But here in Louisiana, I've found we can grow a lot in the winter. But it's just slower, easier growing, so you don't have to come out and harvest every day. But you still have something green and beautiful, and so I really love it. Spring is probably still my favorite season. Tell me your favorite season. One more right here. And that's actually, whoops, there's actually a couple there. Don't overthink it. Nature is amazing. Here's one more little piece. Put it right there. Now we'll have both together. So thank you for hanging out with me in the garden today. It's been so nice. But it's time to go inside and check on those kids, do the chores. But I hope you take time out of your day to just do a little something that brings you joy, that brings you awe. Also, I think I need to go make sure those grasshoppers are gone because they've been having snacks. There's a little slug. But yeah, appreciate you watching and can't wait to watch your garden videos and see you in the comments. Hope you're having a great fall.